All right, I think we are on record now.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Judy, and do your
Good
introduction.
evening once again. My name is Judy Aira Makosiago, and today's webinar is basically to discuss the Summer Skills Acquisition Program and to give insights to prospective students or prospective applicants who will be putting in applications for this program. Before we begin anything, I would just like to introduce Stanley, who would give us a brief introduction, and then I would come back and pick up from where he left off. So, Stanley, you can start now.
All right, thank you so much, Judy, for introducing me and then for actually bringing out your time um, to anchor this very important thing. It's not easy. It's something that is this event is something that it requires a lot of time, it requires a lot of money and all of that. So we are very happy. So good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone from wherever you're joining us from. Um, just a quick background of what this program is all about. Our organization, Education African Scholars Global Connect, collaborated with two other nonprofit organizations, Dream to Impact and also Puraliv. These two organizations are in Nigeria and Ghana, respectively. And three of us came together to bring out or to bring this skill acquisition program that will last for 12 weeks. We are hoping that the program will kick off by June after we have done the selection process and also announced the winners and those that will be training that will benefit from this. So it also shows a power of partnership because ordinarily, Dream to Impact could have done this differently, or EduAfrik could have done this differently, or even Puraliv could have done this differently. But we decided to come together, the three of us who are the founders of these organizations, decided to come together to form this strong alliance to be able to bring this event to train young people. We are not just training people in Nigeria or Ghana, we are training people all over the world. So someone asked me the other time, is this for only people in Africa? I said, no, it is for every young person because the skill that we're going to teach is required by every organization globally. So whatever you're going to learn from this event, you can use it in any organization around the world. So it is an opportunity for you to learn a lot that will benefit you for the rest of your life. And fortunately, you guys are very fortunate enough to receive this kind of wonderful thing in a platter of gold without payment or anything. I know how much you can pay to get this outside there, but we are trying just because it's part of what we are doing to help the society in one way or the other that we can. I don't know if Precious is here on the call. If Precious is here on the call, Precious, I don't know. Precious, the founder of Dream
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Impact.
Hello, everyone. I'm here on the call. Yeah.
Your video is not on. Just briefly say hi to the audience. Is your network, if your network is disturbing, okay, can we have
Yeah.
Vida, Purely founder? Vida, are you on the call?
Yes, I'm here on the call.
Okay, if you can just put your video and say hi to the audience.
Sorry. Hi, everybody. How are you? My name is Vida, founder of Puraliv, and we are happy to collaborate with these two organizations to make this a success. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So that's Vida, the founder of Puraliv. Precious, is your network okay now?
Yeah. Is it better? Because I unfortunately I can't put. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think if the video is gonna disturb it, you can just put up the video and speak
Okay.
from.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't put on my video because light issues here in Nigeria, right? So, hi everybody, my name is Precious Chibike Okebo. I am the founder of Dream to Impact, and we are collaborating with EduAfrik and Puraliv to make this the online school acquisition program a success. Yeah, so wishing everybody good luck in the application. Yeah, thank you all so much.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Today, like Judy said, we want to use this opportunity to kind of run down the application process for those who are interested, so that you would learn what you need to do in the application process. Um, it's just a routine process so that you would actually understand what the program is all about and what we are expecting, or what the selection committee is expecting, because it is not everyone that applied that will be selected. There is going to be a process. There's going to be a selection process. There's going to be grading of whatever you submitted. So you need to listen to them to hear what they actually want you to do, so that you will do the right thing in your application, so that you stand the chances of being selected. But we are promising you guys that we're going to select as much number as possible, but not everyone will be selected. So I pass the microphone on to Judy now. Judy is the chair of the selection committee. So Judy, you have the floor right now to take off from there, and then do whatever you want to do with them. And we will be on the
Thank you
background.
so much, Stanley. Yes, thank you so much, Stanley, Precious, and Vida for organizing this program. And once again, for whoever just joined us, you're welcome to today's webinar. My name is Judy Ramakosiago, and I am the chair of a team of individuals from both Nigeria and Ghana and across the continent who will be working on selecting applicants who have applied for this summer program. So before we just in a history of myself, I'm from Ghana, but I'm currently residing in the UK. And I just completed my studies a year ago in development studies from the University of Cambridge as part of the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program. So please note that not just myself, but other people who are also part of the selection committee are well versed and well equipped to be able to read your applications and know what we are looking for. So we'll just be sharing that today, and we wish you all the best in your applications. So without further ado, we can begin now. Let me just put my let me just share my screen and then we can begin.
Yeah, let me allow you.
Okay.
So you can now share your screen.
Yes, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment to do that now. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
I think it's coming up. Okay, it's up now.
Okay. Can everyone see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, good. So this is just a brief presentation that we have, and this presentation is going to be in two parts. So we'll start with a PowerPoint presentation, just explaining or giving an overview of what we, the team, the internal committee or the selection committee is looking for. And we'll also have a demonstration on the portal. Now, the demonstration on the portal is just to give you a fair idea as applicants of how to, make your application and what we are looking for in terms of word count, in terms of writing, in terms of like uploading documents. So we can begin with the presentation and then do the second part as we move on. So our content or our presentation is basically going to look at the application overview, what we are expecting or what it entails. We'll be looking at how the grading of the personal statement will be done by the team, as well as the grading of the CV. We'll also be touching or highlighting on the things to note whilst you're submitting your application or what to be mindful of. And then, like I mentioned early on, we'll be looking at the demonstration on the portal. Now, for your application, what we are looking out for as a team is that you would approach this in 3 stages, or depending on you as an individual, the number of stages that would make it easier for you to, make your application. It's important that before you even think of putting in an application or submitting anything, you need, okay? Portal and what we are looking out for this year, we are requesting that applicants submit a personal statement of about 500 to 750 words. They submit a CV and also submit a transcript or a certificate. And I will get into more details on that later on the transcript or certificate option. Now, for your personal statement, this year, what the application portal looks like, and we'll see later on, is it allows you to work on this document separately. And then once you are done with that, you can just, copy and paste whatever you've written on your separate document into the portal itself. So this year, there is not an application upload. So you will not be uploading your personal statement into the portal, but rather just copying and pasting it directly into the portal. Now, in the demonstration, we'll go into details as to what we are looking for in the personal statement and how that plays a very vital role in determining whether your application is approved or is selected or not. We're also looking at your CV. Now, I know most of us have CVs of some sorts, but it's really important that you take your time to really plan what you want your CV to look like. Again, it depends on how many pages of, putting information that you want to put in there is up to you. But it's important to know that important information such as educational history, academic achievements or publications, if you have any, as well as work experience and any relevant skill sets that you have, those are some markers that we'll be expecting to see in the CVs that are uploaded. On the issue of transcript and certificates, it's important to note that this is an optional point this year. So this is not something that is compulsory as it was last year. So this is something that if you feel you have an unofficial transcript from the university that you're currently attending or attended previously, or you have a certificate that you want to upload, you can go ahead and upload that. But please note that you need to prepare the documents that you have to be able to make your application. Failure to have any of these documents, bar the transcript and certificate, so failure to submit a personal statement or a CV, is detrimental to your application. And with the way the portal is built, you will not be able to even proceed if you do not upload the personal statement or the CV, because these are compulsory options. Now, once you've prepared your documents, now the next thing is to go out and fill out the form. Again, like I said, we'll have a demonstration of how that would look like on the portal so that everyone can have an understanding of it and what is required. But filling out the form, ensuring that you have accurate details, your date of birth, your email address, your number, things that we can be able to communicate and contact you if there is a need for us to tell you the determination, to share with you the determination of your results or your application, filling out that form and uploading your documents. Like I mentioned early on, the personal statement would be written or can be pasted into the portal, but then the CV would have to be uploaded. So you make sure that you have all those documents ready. And if you're also submitting a transcript or a certificate, you also upload that once you're done. A very important point, which I know a lot of applicants tend to not do, is read through the applications before submission. We tend to feel that once we've uploaded the document or once we've gone through the portal, it automatically covers it and there's no need to proofread or go through our work again. It's very important to read through your work. And if you have the possibility of having a second person or a third person look through, that's totally up to you. But it's important to read through your work. There are certain things that you missed the first time round, and reading through the second time or the third time will always bring that out or expose those things that need tweakings here and there. So please, please, and please, again, please read through your work and take this application very seriously. Consider, or if for those who are interested in applying to graduate school, consider this application as something that mirrors graduate school applications, okay, and put that level of seriousness in it, because the team is also committed to ensuring that we get the best applicants possible this year, and we ensure that they progress into the program. So please ensure that you follow this application overview and read through your work and submit the best application possible. Now, when it comes to the work that we'll be doing as a team, we'll be looking at two aspects of it, okay? So we'll be grading the personal statement and the CV. The total marks applicable to each person is a mark of 100%. 100% is the total marks available for both the personal statement and the CV. Now, due to the weight of the personal statement, we have a total of 60 marks this year awarded or graded to the personal statement. And so these are the things that we as a team will be looking for when you are putting in your personal statement or when you're submitting your personal statement. We're looking at content and clarity. We're looking at the content of what you've written. So based on, we'll see later on as we're going through the application portal that we have tracks or training tracks within the portal. And based on the training track that you selected or whatever it is that you are interested in, we're looking at the content of how you are drafting or coining your personal statement to suit that. And the clarity of your words and cohesion. So we are thinking of how are you writing your sentences? Do they follow a certain thought process? Do they marry? Are the sentences marrying? Does a paragraph make sense? How is the placement of these paragraphs as well? You know, we're thinking of that as well. Is it clear when we read this? Can we see that, okay, this is a coherent thought process from start to finish? What is it saying at the end of the day? And that is awarded 15 marks. So the total you can get for this section is a total of 15 marks. Now, it's very important that as young African scholars or as young Africans who are interested in different aspects, be it tech skills, you know, other relevant skills, academia, research, we always think of how our work is contributing to the development of our nations and the continent at the end of the day. And one thing we are prioritizing this year is how you are impacting. What is the impact of your personal statement? How do you feel the skills through this acquisition program would help you develop the continent? We have, you know, various global goals and continental goals. We have the AU Agenda 2063. We have the African Union, and we have the SDGs Agenda 2030. You know, how do you link your essay? How do you link your personal statement to these goals? And what do you think will benefit the continent at the end of the day? We want to see people who are thinking of the continent and their countries in mind. They have that in mind as they are putting their personal statement in, and how you feel that the skills within this workshop can tap into that, and how you feel they would help you get to that goal at the end of the day. So that is what we are looking out for in impact and persuasion. What impact are you seeking to achieve at the end of the day? How are you persuading us that through this scholarship program or through this skills acquisition program, you are going to make this impact in this number of years, in this number of ways for your society? And a suburb agreement, you're looking at construction of sentences, we're looking at the language that is used. Obviously, we know that there is formal language or formal English and sometimes some unofficial formal languages. We are thinking of how are you writing? What is the style of writing? What is the quality? Is this something that is ready for, you know, further studies if that's what you're pursuing, or research skills? Or is this something that, again, can lead to, you know, how we're thinking of this, like basically improve you and ensure that what you're doing is done right. So writing quality, we are thinking of how are you putting, what information are you putting forward, and how are you creating or writing that information? How is that information coming across? Now, I know that some people struggle in this area, and one of the reasons that we have this program is to also support you with the skills you need to get to a certain level. So we are mindful of that and we are aware of that, but we are still, you know, we're still hoping, or we're still hopeful that applicants who put in applications would put their best foot forward in terms of writing quality and ensure that we can see their very best work at the end of the day. In terms of personal voice, this is what is really, really crucial also in the personal statement and how we're grading it. Now, I know that we are in an era of artificial intelligence and technology and how that is impacting the world and the way we are seeing it, as well as seeping into academia and education and writing and all that. But please, it's so important for us to hear your voice. It is easy to know when somebody has used artificial intelligence to write. Sometimes you can tell when somebody crafts something with AI, and we would like to hear your voice. We know that most of you use AI in your day-to-day activities and the work that you do, or some of the things that you do. But please, for this essay, please ensure that it is as authentic to you as possible. This is something that comes from your experience. This is something that is relevant to you and your skill set, to also help us as a team see how best we can help you, and to help the program know how best it can support you. So please ensure that your personal voice shines. And it doesn't have to be a flashy story. It doesn't have to be a sob story. It doesn't have to be anything. So long as it is your voice, it is your story, it is your truth, please ensure that you bring that out. And that is what we are looking out for when we are looking for personal voice. We know that AI is coming into our world, but we are asking that in this regard, you do not use artificial intelligence and you let your own authentic story shine as much as possible. So the total number of marks you can get in this section is 60 marks, and that will be graded by the team. And then once we're done with that, we'll also combine that with the grading that we get from the CV and let you know your final scores once that is available. Now, on the grading of the CV, we are looking at certain things or certain markers that we feel will be very helpful in finding the best applicants or the best candidates for this program. Now, applicants' CV will be graded on the following criteria. We'll be looking at educational history. Now, for educational history, what we'll be looking out for is the level of education, for instance. So applicants who have, those who are interested in graduate school or skill sets or research skills or even just technical skills in general, applicants who have attended a university, if possible, you've attended a college, if possible, a polytechnic, if possible, or have an HND, anything like that. So just your educational history, just to understand how, where you are in your educational journey, if you are in any point, or whether you are, continuing, you have plans to continue, you're stopping, just that. So we just want to understand your educational history. And that has a total of 8 marks. We'll also be looking at your research experience. And this is particularly important to those who be selecting the track on research skills and improving that as well. Again, if somebody this is not to say that if you don't have any research experience, this is not something that you can apply for. This is something that you can apply for if you are interested. But again, if you do have research experience, it's important for us to see that in your CV so that we know that, okay, you have some foundation at least, and this is the kind of support that you might need as we progress with the program. Again, we'll also be looking at academic achievements and awards. This program is serious. Let me just put it out there that I know that most often we tend to put more seriousness on things concerning academia or higher educational postgraduate studies, but this is also a serious program, and we are expecting that applicants with a high level or high caliber of academic achievements or very good quality standing in education, basically, also apply for this program. So we'll be looking at candidates that are high potential, that have very high academic achievements and awards, and that would also be awarded 8 marks. Again, a disclaimer, this is not to say that if this is not something that you have on your CV, it disqualifies you. No, it does not. This program is trying, like Stanley mentioned, we are trying to get as many people as possible into the program. And we are planning that this program is to support you as well and to get you to that level that you need to. So if you have this is totally fine. If you don't have this as well, you can also make up for that in other places or other areas as well. Now, skills and competencies. We're looking at what skills do you have. So for instance, with those with tech skills, right? What skills or additional background or information do you have available? Do you have research tech skills? Do you have graphic design skills? Do you have what competencies basically do you have? So that's what we're looking for. And this is maybe side programs or side courses that you've done, and whether that is relevant to your CV and to what you're applying for and the training track that you are looking to follow or to receive some support from at the end of the day. And then we'll be looking at academic publications and presentations. Again, this is solely, I say this, most of the stuff may sound academic related, but that is not to say that we'll not be considering those in tech or research skills as well. But if you are interested in postgraduate study or further studies, one of the things you would know is that universities put emphasis on your academic publications and your academic presentations and the work that you've done, just to see how you write. And sometimes most universities ask that you upload a sample paper or, a sample of your work that you've done previously to have an understanding of where you are. And that's something we want to see. Not a sample of your work though, but we just want to see what publications you have, if you have any presentations, any work that you've done. And again, you don't need to think too much about this. If you don't have this in your CV, that is fine. If you have this in your CV, that is also okay. You can just list the publication so that we have an understanding of what it is that you have and what we as a team will be working with as well. So the total marks you can get out of this is a mark of 40. And like I mentioned, when we take the graded personal statement and we add that to the graded CV, we get a total of 100 marks. So the most you can get from these two portions or these two sections is 100 marks, 60 for the personal statement and 40 for the CV. Now, I did mention that there are some things to note. And so again, just going to quickly go through this. Again, like I said, the use of AI in your application, we understand, and I would reiterate this as many times as I possibly can. We understand how artificial intelligence is playing a role in our country, in our nations, in our society, in our world even. We see the impact every day. But we want to hear your voice. Remember, personal voice is 15 marks, and we can be able to tell as a team if you've used AI. I know people would still use it. That's up to you. If you want to do that, make that decision. But please note that this is a time for you to put your best foot forward, to hear what you have to say and to write in your most authentic voice. So please be mindful of AI in your application. Please, if you can't, do not use AI. Just write as best as you can and let your voice shine as authentically as possible. Again, the word count in the personal statement, please be mindful of the word count. Again, the app, it is designed in a way that if you do go over the word count, you'll not be able to continue submitting your application. So please be mindful. A word count of 500 to 750 words. That is the maximum number of words that you can put in. Minimum of 500 and a maximum of 750. So let's be mindful of that. Again, I touched on this earlier, but the transcript and certificate upload is not compulsory. Again, applicants should decide for themselves whether they would want to upload that document. Now, mind you that this is an optional thing for you. If this is something you want to use to download the document, fine. If this is something you want to upload, fine. That is totally up to you. But please do not be too hard on yourself if you do not have a transcript or a certificate. But if you can show that, from your CV and your personal statement that this is what you are doing and this is where you are focused on the vision you have for yourself, we as a team would welcome that and would work with that. So please decide for yourselves if this is something that you want to upload. Now, I will just quickly stop sharing my screen now because we've gotten to the point where we need to demonstrate on the portal, and then I will just share that as well, and then we can do that, okay? But before I begin, I want to take questions after the demonstration on the portal. So if you have any questions, kindly just make a note of that, and then I will just have that once we're done with the session. Okay. So can everyone see my screen now?
It's coming up. Yeah, it's up now.
Okay, good. So I'm just going to start the online application form, and then we can begin going through what we are looking for as a team and what that would look like if you are making an application. So this is what it looks like on the EduAfrik website. This is the online application. You would need to register and sign in. I just did that off the call before we just jumped on it. So so that there was no confusion around that. So you need to sign in, or if you already have an account, or you need to register if you do not have an account. So please be mindful of that as well. Now, would ask, there are 9 steps to go through. So we need to have some personal details about you. So would ask for your name. So I'll just quickly put my name down there. So that's my name. That's down there. And then my date of birth is basically, I'm just going to use this. And my gender, I'm just going to make that female. My nationality would be Algerian. That's fine. And my residence, I said Bristol because that's where I'm based. My country of residence, I can just quickly change this to Ghana so that can make it easier. Okay, and then just put this in, sorry, just need to change this to Ghana. Okay. 0, 5, 7, 7, 5. Okay. So that's my number from Ghana, and then this is my email address. So basically, this is what we are expecting that you'd fill out. So this is the information that you fill out when you are done. If you have a LinkedIn profile, you want to put in that LinkedIn profile, you can always put the link in here. Or if you have any professional profiles that you want to add that link to for just, you want us to see what you're doing and see how relevant it is to what you're applying for, please feel free to put in here. But this is all optional. This is totally up to you as well. So then you student, you are a working professional, or you're doing something else. So for instance, say you are let's say a postgraduate student, and so that's what you're doing, your field or your area of this thing is medicine, right? So we leave that there and then we go to next. So now we're looking at your institution or educational background. Now, educational background, like I said, your CV would also capture your educational history and in some ways, yes, but we also want to see that filled out on the form as well. So we would have your school that you attended, which is compulsory. So please put in the name of your institution or university if you are in university. If you don't, again, like I said, if you've not gone through to higher education, you just finished secondary school, that's fine. You can put the name of the institution there as well if that's what you are okay with. If it's nursing school, any form of education, your highest level of education, basically, if you are comfortable with that, please put that there and just leave the name of that institution there. Then the level of education. So if it is an undergraduate degree that you've had, then it's a bachelor's, then you put that there. If it's a master's, you put in there. If it's a secondary school, you just write secondary school, or if it's primary school, whatever it is, that is your level of education, the highest level of education you have attained, please put that there. Now, it's important to know that these are optional, okay? So where you see the red asterisk at the end, please know that that is compulsory and you cannot proceed unless you have filled out that option. Now, these places are optional. So if you are interested in putting your course of study, please put it there. If you are interested in putting your expected year of graduation or your year that you graduated, please put it there. If you want to put in your GPA, your CWA, whatever it is, please put it in there. And any academic achievements, awards, distinctions, please put it there. But please note that for the academic awards, achievements, distinctions, if you are writing that, or you also have that option of putting that in your CV as well. So again, it's totally up to you as the applicant to decide for yourself what information you want to put there. But again, going back to the point, the parts that have the questions or the sections that have the asterisks at the end mean they are compulsory, and you need to ensure that you fill that out before you can proceed. So once you're done, you move on to step 4, which is the field of interest. So this year, very fortunately, we have done it in such a way that you can select more than one training track, okay, or one area of specialization. So it's up to you to decide if you want research skills, if you want academic writing or graduate school preparation support, or you want tech skills support. So again, it's up to you to decide the track that you want to choose and select. You can choose 1, you can choose 2, you can choose 3. It's not that you are limited to just one of them or either of them, but you can choose that which you want for yourself. Now, if you are selecting the 3 tracks or 2 tracks, whichever one it is, please note that whatever it is that you're going to be submitting or whatever track you are choosing, we expect to see that in your personal statement. So again, going back to the issue of content and clarity, like we mentioned, which was 15 marks. So how do you position yourself? So say someone is picking all 3 tracks, for instance, research skills, academic writing and graduate school preparation, and tech skills. Now, once you've picked that, now you come to the point here. How do you position yourself as an applicant after choosing all these three tracks? How do you coin your personal statement in such a way that it is reflective of these 3 tracks that you're selecting? What is your background in that? What is your the foundation that you have in any of these tracks, if applicable? And how do you position that, or how do you write that in your work to ensure that we can see that in your essay? So now this is what we are looking for when it comes to the personal statements. Like I said, 500 to 750 words, a maximum of 750. Now we're looking at why you should be selected for this opportunity. So you use the words to tell us why do you think you should be selected? Because there are many candidates that are putting in application. What makes you so different? What makes you a standout candidate? Why should we select you for this program as compared to candidates B, C, or D? Now, what are you currently doing academically or professionally? You've given us an insight into it by stating your academic background or your profession briefly, right? And again, we've not yet come to the point of seeing your CV and what is in it, but what are you doing academically? And this is why I tell people, link it to why you should be selected and why you chose these tracks. Make sure that everything that you are answering kind of links or marries each other, that we can see a certain pattern going through that once we're reading it. Now, how do you think this 12-week skills acquisition program will help you to advance your academic and professional career? So again, why do you think this is a good platform for you? You've told us why we think you should be selected. You've told us why what you are currently doing academically or professionally, but then you need to also tell us, why do you think this is the best platform for you to build your research skills? Again, linking it to African development, for instance, impact and persuasion, like we mentioned. So you need to think about that. And it's important to give yourself some time to really think through your personal statement. I know writing doesn't come easy to most of us, and that's totally fine. But please give yourself some time. Structure your thought process. Think it through. Give it to people to proofread. Take your time to go through. Please try and understand what you are doing. Because if you spend so much time doing this, if you spend so much time thinking through the work that you're putting forward, you realize that you write a very good essay. It wouldn't even be an essay that has big words. It will be an essay that is clear, that is thoughtful, something that you've put in the work, you've put the work in. So please spend so much time on this. I'm saying this as seriously as possible. I've read essays, and the moment I read an essay, I can tell if somebody has spent time thinking about what they've put down, about the work that they've presented, as compared to someone who just drafted something or did an AI sort of thing and then was done. So please spend time with this personal statement. Let it be as authentic and represent you as possible. And one thing I always tell students I mentor is, think of this personal statement as representing you in a room where you have no one to represent you, right? Or like in courts where you don't have a lawyer and you are defending yourself. This is the only thing, or one of the major thing really, that is going to speak for you in a room of other people, or on a selection committee where no one else is you are not going to be interviewed, you're not going to be asked any further questions. So think of how you want to represent yourself and put your best foot forward, is what I would say. And also highlight your academic achievements, professional accomplishments, your leadership experiences, your awards, volunteer service, and any relevant strengths you have. So any relevant strength or any strength you think that is relevant to what it is that you're applying, the track that you selected, again, going back to that, please ensure that you put that in there, and ensure that whatever it is that you are putting in your personal statement, again, is reflective of the track you have selected, is reflective of your personal experiences, is reflective of your educational history and trajectory and what you seek to achieve, linking all that to, African development and your writing quality. And so, like we mentioned, if you do not complete the personal statement within the required word count, you will not be considered, and it is an automatic disqualification. So once you're done with this, now comes the point where you're supposed to submit, your CV. Now we said again, we said the CV is compulsory, so that's why the red asterisk is there. So you need to submit your CV in here as well. And again, the academic transcripts or certificates are optional, and it's totally up to you. But please note that for those who are interested in academia and and graduate school, if this is something that you feel you need to put in there, you can go ahead and put it in there. But this is something that is totally optional, and it is not compulsory. And so once you're done, there will be some supplementary questions that you need to answer. And please note that if you are unable to fully answer this is also going to be an indictment on you as well. So if are you fully able to participate in the 12-week virtual program? Yes. Do you have access to stable internet and virtual learning? Yes. Are you willing to complete all your assignments? Yes. So again, that's why I say that this is a very serious thing, and we are taking it as serious as possible, because there are assignments, there are examinations, there are presentations. We are treating this with as much seriousness as possible, and we are expecting that applicants would also approach this with as much seriousness. Just as you're putting so much effort when you're applying to a university, to a research program, to a job opportunity, we expect that applicants apply that same zeal and effort to this as well, because you are getting support, you are getting training, you are getting knowledge to build on the foundations questions that you have. And if selected, are you willing to commit to the program guidelines and codes of conduct? You select yes as well. So once you're done, it now gives you a certificate and a declaration. Again, we've put in the AI part of it as well. So please note that every information that you're submitting has to be accurate and true. Again, a true representation and reflection of your experiences and what you've been through, or what you are putting forward. Because any false statement will lead to a total rejection of your application. So once you agree with that above declaration, then you have a chance to preview. So in previewing the application, sorry, I think my network is a bit splotchy. So yeah, I didn't put in a few, just give me a moment. Let me see if I can put it so that I can give you how the preview would look like. Just a brief minute. Okay. I have a little essay here that I'm just going to, sorry. Oh, let me just quickly put in some words here and see if I can get that. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. Okay. Just want to put this in there. Just give me a moment, please. Okay. So this is something that I have. So going next and then seeing if, okay. Okay, so there is supposed to be a preview that you have. So once you previewed, you've put on the information inside, you're supposed to see the work that you have submitted with all the information that you've put in. So once you are okay with what you've submitted, again, going back to the point of reading through your work to ensure that you have accurately submitted everything, then you can submit your application and you'd receive an email that your application has been submitted. Okay, and then you are done. And then as the committee now, what we'll do is then we'll just take the information that you've provided, your personal statement and your CV, and we'll grade it according to the criteria that we have discussed or presented in this webinar today, and the results will be shared with you in due time. So thank you so much for, joining us here on this presentation or this, webinar demonstration and this portal demonstration, sorry. And I have come to an end of it, the end of it, and I would stop now here and open the floor for questions if there is any.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much for taking time to give this detailed explanation. In fact, even though I'm part of the organizers, I feel like applying for this because you just gave a very detailed explanation, and even if I don't have interest in it before, from your explanation, I must develop interest in getting this program done. Thank you so much. And I wanted to also add there that this program, there will be a certificate at the end of this program. So, and then there will be prizes, for best performing, and we will all determine that while the program is going on. So you have to take it as seriously as anything, because we cannot issue you a certificate if you do not pass the exam, because during the process, there will be training, and then at the end of the day, there will be an exam. And if you fail the exam, unfortunately, we won't give you the certificate. So if you don't take it seriously, if you don't take your assignment seriously, if you don't take all the exercise that's going to be bringing out, I mean, they're going to be bringing out from time to time, of course, unfortunately, you may not get the certificate at the end of the day, because we really want you guys to have a value for your time and your airtime, because you're going to spend your airtime, you're going to spend your data. I think the only thing you are required to spend in this event, in this program, is your data. We are not charging you for anything. We are not charging you for whatever. Although we know how much people charge out there, but because this is uh, part of the ways we are trying to contribute to the society. We don't want to do this thing free. So if you feel that, oh, it's because of it's free, you can take it anyhow, I mean, then unfortunately you may not get a certificate at the end of the day because we're going to assess you. And we're going to get speakers and like high level industrial experts to train you on every module that we want to train or we want to talk about. So, and it's going to cost us a lot of money it's going to cost us a lot getting these guys to come to the platform to do. So if they come out to spend their time 2 to 3 hours, they're going to spend with you online teaching you. So it is now left for you to learn and to showcase that you've learned something. So I don't know if anybody has any question. I am looking at the chat box. I don't know if anybody have any question. You can drop it at the chat box or you can raise your hand to ask your question. While we're waiting for you to ask your question, I don't know, is there anything Precious and Vida? I don't think, is there anything that Judy did not mention that you feel we should also mention before we end the webinar?
No, in my opinion, Judy covered everything. She literally went above and beyond, so I don't have anything to add on my own end.
Yeah. Yeah, Judy covered everything. Judy, good job. Well done.
All right. Thank you so much. To the audience, do we have any question from you guys? Do you have any challenge trying to fill the form? For those who have started the form, are you having any challenge with our websites, or is there any challenge you've had? We can walk you through it. If there is none, do you have any questions concerning timeline and every other thing? Of course, I think I didn't hear her mention the deadline. The deadline for this application is April 15th, and we are strict with that deadline. Once it is April 15th, it ends, and it ends there. So if you don't submit your application by then, I'm sorry, you may wait till next. If we have the resources to do it again next year, we will do it. But just know that by 15th of April, we will not accept any further application from you. So, so I don't think, so we are not getting any questions. If we are not getting any question, I guess we can end because the event is basically 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, we are still within the 1 hour.
Again, maybe Judy went above and beyond again, as I said. That's why we're not getting any questions, because she covered everything judiciously. Well, yeah, if you have any questions, just drop your comments, your questions in the comment section of the chat box, or you can unmute your mic and speak. Because everybody here is willing to respond to the questions you have.
And then if you have question but you don't have it, you don't want to, if you cannot ask your question now, I think we have our email. Let me drop our email address. You can send us an email to ask your question at EduAfrik. Our email is info@eduafrikscholars.com. Okay, someone is raising. Can you check? It's like someone is raising and Judy.
Yes. Hello, Lady Rachel. That's your name. Yes. Nadu, yes, you can go on, please.
Hi, good evening. Thank you very much, Judy. I think it was very, very informative. I don't have any questions. I think you covered everything, and I'm ready to put in my application. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much as well, Nadu. Thank you for that feedback.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you all for, I think we are going to end it here. I don't know. We are giving some
Danny,
time.
there's a question in the comments. So, someone has asked that under academic presentation on the CV, do academic seminars count or just conference presentations that are published? So, again, just to quickly say this, and then if anybody wants to add on, the team can also go on and jump on this. Please, you can add your academic seminars, okay? And it's not just conference presentations or that are just published, even the ones that you've attended that are relevant, that you feel that is relevant to your skill set and the training track that you are opting for. If you want to put that in, please add that. Again, we won't dictate as a team as to what you should put in your CV. I'll just say be mindful, use the training tracks as a guidance and what it is that you think is relevant or not. But if you feel that it is relevant to what you've selected and would also showcase or make you outshine, be an outstanding student as compared to other people, please put it on. It's to get you more marks and just to make sure that we see the potential that you have. So if that is something you are comfortable doing, please go on ahead and do that. I don't know if anybody has any questions or any other things to add to that.
Yeah, in addition, I mean, anything academics, you can even put if there is any book review you've done, these things are academic work, just put them there. And I think Judy also forgot to mention that this program is going to run, is 12 weeks, and then we're going to be having it during weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, as the case may be. And the way we've designed it is that we're going to be running the 3 classes concurrently. We might have on Saturdays, we may have 2 classes on Saturdays, then Sunday we might have 1 class, as the case may be, or we can alternate it depending on how the time schedule for the lecturers that will be teaching you guys within that period. So, but as we move on, we will keep letting you guys know how the class is going to run, but it's going to be a weekend stuff. So, because we know that people may have their official work to do from Monday to Friday. So we fixed it weekends. So it's going to be Saturdays and Sundays from June to August.
Thank you so much for that, Stanley.
All right. Thank you. And then also, we want to also let you guys know that after the selection process, when the selectees are announced, we will have opening ceremony, like the kickoff ceremony that would involve people from academia, people from industry, and then we will have someone that would give a keynote address and all of that. So all the selectees, it is compulsory for you to attend that event. It's a kickoff opening ceremony where we will have invitees. It's going to be also a virtual nowadays where they will come to deliver their speech. Then after the event, we will also have a closing ceremony. So we'll have an opening ceremony and we have a closing ceremony. And probably at the end of the closing ceremony, we are going to evaluate all we've done, and also if there are prizes to be won, and that it is at the closing ceremony that certificates will be issued. Those that will receive their certificates will be announced. And if there is any special thing you have won within the period, you will be awarded that prize at the closing ceremony. So just for you to bear that in mind. I think that's much I can add to what Judy has said. And also, when we reach out to you, we will tell you everything. We want you to take it as seriously. If we reach out to you, and we would expect you, probably give you like a week to reply, because what we are going to do is, because we're having too many applications now, and like I said, it's not everybody that apply that we will select. So, but we will try as much as we can to take as much people as we can, but not everybody will be taken. So far, as at yesterday, like I was telling my the committee earlier this morning, as at yesterday, we have about 73 applications submitted, and we have about 103, I'll be 109 or thereabouts, still not submitted. So, because what our website does is, once you register, there is a place it stores your data, even whether you submit or not. Then when you submit, your data will move from that place to the main place. So we saw in the website that about 73 have submitted successfully, and about 109 are yet to submit. They have started the application. Probably they are waiting for this event for them to before they apply. So at the end of the day, like I said, we have not determined the number of persons we're going to take, but we're going to take as much number of persons as possible. But what we're going to do is we are going to leave some people at reserve list. By the time we take, maybe we take first 50 or first 100 or first 20 or first whatever number we have decided to take at when we make that decision. And then we will send out an email, first email, telling you that you have been selected for this. When we expect you to we might send you a form to accept, maybe an acceptance form. If you don't fill the acceptance form within the period we want you to fill it, we will take people from the reserve list and replace you. So just take this information, is very, very important. So any information we send to you, if we send you a mail that you have been selected for this, and so make sure you reply to the email by the deadline we're going to give you. Because, like I said, we want serious people. So when we take you and we want results, so if we take you and we see that you're not serious, because a lot of people most times appear serious in application, but in real life, they're not serious. We've seen that a lot of times. And we don't want to encourage that this time around. So if you submit application, be looking at your email. Probably we should be reaching back to you by May, maybe early or mid-May, whichever time that it depends on the number of applications we receive. But the committee will try as much as they can to evaluate it as fast as possible, so that we can bring out the results and send out emails, because there are lots of emails that will go on and on and on within that period, even letting you know the date for the inauguration and all of that. We are looking at the date of inauguration to be probably around last Saturday in May, since it's going to start in June. So that's what we discussed yesterday at the board meeting and all of that. So we are looking forward to have that. And if that happens, when we send you, like I said, when we send you email, you reply, because we are going to be working. We're not waiting for you. I mean, we want to see the seriousness in you. Like I said, it is going to be free, but I know that a lot of people, when something is free, they usually say they don't take it seriously or other. But when they pay money for it, they become more committed to get to get to the root of it. But now we can't tolerate that. If we are taking it as serious as it is, so if we send you email, you didn't reply, we remove you and put another person. And if you didn't attend even the inaugural ceremony, you will not be ushered in. We will just remove you and probably add another person, or we decide not to add. So everything we have told you that is compulsory, make sure you participate in it, because all of these things counts to your certificate at the end of the day. If you don't participate in all of these things, you're not going to get certificates. I think that has given a clearer and additional information to what Judy has said. So at this time, we are already 1 hour. Thank you guys so much for your active participation. And thank you once again, Judy, for giving a clear information about the application process. Also, thank you, Precious, for being here. Like I said, Precious is the founder and executive director of Dream to Impact. And then also thank you, Vida, also for being here. I mean, you guys are doing the Lord's work, and God will pay all of us back in one way or the other. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you for your time. We wish all the applicants good luck, and see you guys again online on the opening ceremony. That may be the next time we will appear online like this.
Okay. Thank you all. Bye.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.